So, actually all I got the ran for today. Just about to leave to go. I showered, wearing my Anita. I stand with Anita. #PickSafe. So I ran for today with my new shoes. About 45 minutes, 14 seconds, and I'm heading to my second potluck today. I'm about like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I'm walking to the bus station now. It's about $5.30. I bought this, and then I bought one in a small styrofoam plastic for $1 something in a backpack. So yeah, walking to the bus station now.
Next station is Victoria Park Station.
I'm allergic.
Never be enough, Gary. Just to say. Well, there's Gary, there's Hope. Behind the garbage bag, and I was like, but he's a new guy. He doesn't know all the rules. There's 2 dogs and a I'm like, it's right there. The dog's right there. I'm like, let's get out. Hoping he doesn't know.
Yes, I know what's wrong.
Yep. He knows, he's crying.
Okay, that's it for now. Yeah, if you can just throw the lights on. Play some clips later that don't need.
You can take them out. I think I said to take them out. Oh, she's not. Is that from Earthlings?
No, that was shot by a European organization. I don't know if actually it's Joanne here.
Joanne is still here? Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't know if she might have shot that footage. She's leaving. Oh, okay.
Okay, whoever's here to see this, sit up here now. We
should ask if anyone else wants to come in.
Yeah. The decline of the fur industry began in the 1960s due to some social and cultural forces, including the rise of the feminist movement, and it became less desirable beginning in the 1960s for people, and it was women, for the most part at that point, who were wearing full-length fur coats, because it was about the 40 or 50 or 60 mink and foxes that people were wearing. It wasn't about fur trim and accessories. The 1980s, there was a global economic recession, and that further accelerated the decline of the fur industry and the wearing of a full-length fur coat. And then animal rights groups jumped in. PETA, Animal Liberation Front, a group called Lynx jumped in. They documented horrors in the fur industry, trap lines and fur farms. They publicized that. They ran some very successful and ingenious advertising campaigns that stigmatized the wearing of 40 or 50, 60 animals. And there was individual anti-fur activism. There were people on the street who confronted people wearing full-length fur coats. They did throw red paint on them. That did contribute to it. It did accelerate the decline. It certainly wasn't just about the red paint. It was a much bigger picture than that, but we absolutely accelerated it very significantly. So the fur industry literally in North America was on the brink of collapse. And then they reinvented themselves, as you know, over the past 10, 15, 20 years in the form of fur trim and fur accessories. And what can we do about that? I don't see success right now on an organizational level. as occurred in the 80s and 90s. The resources are not there to compete with the fur industry. The inclination is not necessarily there on the part of organizations to take on the fur industry like we did in the 80s and 90s. In part it's because we don't have the resources that the fur industry has, and in part it's because there's a sense of futility in that it's much easier to convince the public that wearing 50 animals is unacceptable than wearing one